Welcome to the Grizzled Geek in Review for Friday, June 30th, 2017.
Yeah, all right.
Welcome. This is the weekly nerd news that, pretty much all the important hits that came out this week.
Yeah.
Usually
We hit the big things.
Yeah, I actually feel like we're more up to date on this week than most weeks.
Yeah.
Usually it's a lot of old news, but a lot of this stuff broke, fairly recently. So we'll start off with Spider-Man. Spider-Man coming out next week. Super excited to see it.
Yeah,
we'll be doing a review of it ourselves. But the first wave of reviews have been in, and they seem pretty positive. In fact, I've seen some of them that are like, this is the best Spider-Man movie ever, which is high praise.
Right,
Spider-Man 2 is so good.
Yeah.
But I mean, out of all of them, I think there was one negative review from the Hollywood Reporter, and it wasn't even that negative. I mean, it was like, I think the quote from that was, "Hang in there, true believers. Maybe it'll get better the second time around."
Yeah, that to me that's pretty
that's negative.
Yeah,
all right,
that's pretty negative.
But it was the only one in the entire crowd.
It's essentially like there's not enough to say what was bad in this. Just
that was a Hollywood Reporter being a hipster.
Yeah,
like,
there you go.
No, everybody likes this. I don't
Everybody likes it. He's not the perfect Spider-Man. Yeah.
But yeah, super excited to see it. And it looks like Marvel's got another hit on their hands. So I don't think anybody's surprised by that. Certainly not.
No, yeah.
And then we have, in kind of other Spider-Man news, more confusion over the Sony Spiderverse controversy.
Yeah, this is
reported
horrible.
on that last week with Amy Pascal from Sony talking about Venom and Silver and Black movies being in the same universe as the Marvel universe, with Kevin Feige standing there doing his best not to slap her.
What are you talking about?
Clearly, they had a conversation afterwards because she retracted her statement, saying that she was getting super excited. They're obviously not going to be in the Marvel universe, but and then because they're doing the rounds for Spider-Man press, her and Kevin Feige were in another interview where they were asked point blankly about this again, and So she had a statement that makes this clear as mud. I'll read from what she said. First, there is Spider-Man, happily in his place where he's supposed to be, which is in the Marvel Universe, replied Pascal. I think everything comes from that. This is the signpost, the tentpole, the signature, and the other movies that Sony's going to make, they're in relationship to this MCU Spider-Man. They take place in a separate Sony world, although you're not going to see them in the Marvel Universe. It's the same reality.
Unbelievable. There are more ways to shuffle a deck of cards than there are atoms on Earth. If you drilled a hole through the center of the Earth and jumped in it, it would take 42 minutes to reach the other side.
What does that mean?
What? When they turn to Kevin Feige, he's just basically like, yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah. This is Sony doing their best to kind of
ride the wave,
hedging in there. Look, we're related. Go see our movies.
Yeah.
I'll see a Venom movie with Tom Hardy. They got Tom Hardy doing it.
Although you notice that she said, the other movies that she did not include Spider-Man with those. That she's talking about the separate movies,
yes,
and that you're not going to see them in the MCU, but they're related. So it's kind of backtrack on that. Yeah, and we're going to get Spider-Man back, and he's going to be in these movies.
Yeah, in fact, she were point blank asked in this interview whether Tom Holland could see him in the Sony Spider-Man universe. And this time around, they made sure they were pretty tight-lipped on that subject. Like, last time we got you never know, anything can happen kind of thing. Now they're like, no comment. So we'll see. All right, Doug, take us through some trailers we got.
All right,
this week.
We got 3 new trailers dropped this week, at least 3 new nerd-ish trailers. The first was Inhumans. It's our first official trailer. It's not like a quick snap where we got the teleporting lockjaw scene. This was a full-on trailer, kind of sets up what's going on. I like that it sets them on Avalon.
Yes,
they're on the moon
yep.
in Avalon. Lockjaw looks great.
Lockjaw looks cool.
And some other stuff looks cool, but I just can't get behind this plot where we're going to Hawaii because, we're in exile or
the whole fish out of water scenario with Inhumans.
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch it, but I'm not this trailer didn't make me super jazzed for it.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even see Medusa's hair move. It didn't move.
It's not going to move. It's going to be that horrible red wig. But
we saw
we'll see.
2 people use powers. Well, 3 if you count Lockjaw. At the very end, we get to see Black Bolt grunt and flip over a cop car. So apparently they've toned down his power because that grunt was a little more than a whisper.
Yep.
And then we saw
Gorgon Stomp.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all we saw.
Lockjaw teleport.
And Lockjaw teleport. Which I like the effect of the teleport.
That was cool.
Looked really cool. So, hey, I'll watch it. I'll give it a chance, but this didn't make me super excited about it.
Well, as Kevin Smith says, I'm in the bag for this already. It's a Marvel. I want to see it.
Right, yeah.
It's going to be an IMAX, which is going to be weird. You figure if you're going to be IMAX, the special effects got to be pretty good, right? You would hope.
Well, and it made it sound like they filmed the whole thing in IMAX. Not just the first 2 episodes. It sounds like the whole thing, all 10 episodes. I think it's 10 episodes total. 2 in IMAX and then 8 on ABC.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see. Keep an eye out for what more comes out, and we'll keep you up to date as more news comes out about it. But we'll see how it goes.
Now, we've been hiding here too long. Let's go to our rightful home.
All right. Next, Death Note.
This is more up your alley than mine. I'm not a fan of these type of movies.
Yeah,
go ahead.
From what I understand, Death Note, Willem Dafoe is playing the Death God.
Yeah. It's an interesting premise.
Yeah. And our good friend Kirsten, who did our anime episode of podcast with us, she said the plot doesn't look anything like the anime. So,
really? Okay.
Yeah. They changed settings. He's in Seattle now. We'll see what happens. It looks cool. Willem Dafoe looks cool as the demon.
Right.
We'll see if you're into those of you who are into Death Note. What do you guys think of the trailer? Let us know. I've only watched a little bit of the anime, not a whole lot. I haven't finished a whole lot of it yet, but I like the anime. So, and I like Willem Dafoe as Ryuk. So, we'll see.
Okay.
A death god.
Yes.
What exactly can I do with this death note?
Put your name down and see what happens.
And the last one was the Jumanji trailer, and this looks freaking awesome.
Yes.
I am super excited for this movie.
Although it's getting it's pretty divisive. People either love it or hate it, one of the two.
I think there is a large vocal crowd who are, you can't mess with Jumanji. That's Robin Williams. Robin Williams is gone. You should never touch this again.
Yeah.
And it's beloved that way.
And then there's people like Doug who loves anything with a rock in it.
Especially The Rock and Chris Hart together. Oh man.
Yeah. Yes.
They were amazing in Central Intelligence, and add in Jack Black into the mix, and Nebula
as a teenage girl. Jack Black as a teenage girl.
Yeah, Jack Black as a teenage girl.
Yeah,
that's going to be awesome. And I can't remember the actress' name who plays Nebula. She's the girl in there, and she's got the meta moment where she's like, why am I wearing a short shirt and shorts in the jungle? Doesn't make any sense.
Right, yeah.
But I like the, hey, we're video game characters and look at all the cool stuff we can do.
Yeah.
And The Rock telling himself not to cry and stuff. I mean, it's awesome. The Rock is comedy.
It looks like a lot of fun.
It looks like it's going to be great.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see this movie. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be a blockbuster by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's going to be really good.
I think it'll be good. All right, we also got an update about the New Mutants movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Rosario Dawson is exited the project. We were excited about her playing Dr. Cecilia Reyes. And apparently she's been replaced by Alice Braga. I'm not familiar.
I'm not familiar with her. We didn't have the time. This was a late-breaking one we picked up at the end.
We love Rosario, so we're going to miss her.
Yeah.
But
we'll see. All right, so Tom Holland apparently can't keep his mouth shut when doing interviews. So in a recent interview, he may have let slip that Marvel is bringing back their one-shots on their Blu-rays. So when videos are released,
those were awesome.
They always had all the cool stories about, often had to do with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Coulson and introducing characters to each other behind the scenes, those kind of things. They were fun.
Well, they had some important parts, right? I mean, they brought Agent Carter, introduced us to her role, where she actually got her series,
right?
When she was working for Stark. Introduced us, it kind of fixed the Mandarin storyline,
those kind of things. Yeah, it was. They were good, and they played a role. They played an important role. And he let slip that he was going to be doing one with Ant-Man.
Well, he wants to do one with
maybe he wants to, tried to backtrack that. But so that may be something that we have to look forward to. I don't know.
He also revealed that he hasn't read a script for Avengers yet because they don't trust him with it. He can't keep his mouth shut.
That's awesome. He can only work on the scene he's working on.
Yeah, exactly.
He only gets that one. It's probably a good idea.
Awesome. All right. Also, in other possible weird movie news, there was a while there that Mark Millar was kind of shopping around his script for Superman Red Son, which the Warner Brothers turned down. It's basically the story where Superman lands in Russia instead of America and grows up with communist sensibilities instead of American.
Right. Yeah. It's like an Elseworlds type story.
But apparently, there's the rumor is going around that it's not 100% dead, and that Warner's has been talking to a couple film creators about the live action project. Not sure how I feel about this. I mean, it's a great story. I like it. I like a lot of Millar's work.
Yeah, it's good on the page. You know what? How about give us a real good Superman in the main universe movie before you go traipsing off into Elseworlds projects?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing with these kind of projects is they're cool to the comic book nerd. Mm-hmm. The general public is not going to get it. They're, what's going on? Why is Superman a communist? What are you doing? Oh, and can you imagine the super right wing people reacting to the? You made Superman a commie? That's un-American.
That makes some great headlines, but
so I don't know about that. But also in other DC news, we are going to get a giant box set of 30 movies. They're animated movies. It looks like it's going to be all of their, or at least the majority of their animated superhero Justice League type movies.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of good ones, so that'll be an interesting box set. It's coming out in November. Did you get a price on this?
Right before Christmas. There was no price listed yet.
Yeah, so I can't imagine it being super cheap.
Yeah, no.
But
it's going to have, they said there's going to be a couple animated shorts and a whole bunch of other stuff in the box. It's going to be like a whole gift pack. One of those. I'm going to guess couple $100,
right? Between $250, $300, something like that. I would bet on with especially how good some of them are.
Yeah, but just in time for Christmas. So I mean, that's a great gift.
Yeah. If you can afford that, if you've got a DC comic fan in your family, that would be amazing for them.
And lastly, for movie news, anyway, a brief little, small little offhanded comment. In an interview, Kevin Feige was asked about Captain Britain, of all people, and he gave a surprising response where he said that they were discussing it. There was a possibility of bringing, not necessarily in his own movie, but at least the character.
That would be interesting.
And that he says it's one of the main, there's tons of actors that come up to him and ask him about the project. And apparently one of them, what rumor is, it was Christian Bale.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this was like fans hoping or if this is Christian Bale actually wants this role, but there are images of him, what he would look like as Captain Britain, popping up on the internet now. So that was an interesting little twist that these two came out at the same, I saw them at the same time.
Yeah. Basically. So, we'll see. That would be cool to have, I can't imagine him anchoring his own movie, I'm not sure where he first appeared and who he belongs to, because I've always equated him with mutants. Right, yeah.
Because of Psylocke.
Excalibur.
So that's an interesting conundrum.
Well, according to the comments from Kevin Feige, apparently he might be one of those shared, at least shared, because they're discussing.
Yeah, he's been in Avengers a lot. He's been in Captain America. So, they had the storylines with him and Captain America and Union Jack and stuff.
Yeah.
So, a shared person would make sense.
All right.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on to comic news.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers as always. We're going to go back to our favorite one to talk about or brag on or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Secret Empire. We've got some info on number 5, which has some interesting like surprises. Some, it's getting mixed reviews. Apparently, the art has taken another dip in this episode or this issue.
Yeah.
We get some weird stuff with Steve Rogers, and I'm not sure which Steve Rogers.
The one that shows up at the end.
Yeah, the who knows who Steve Rogers this is. I guess we'll differentiate them between talking about Cap or Captain America, Captain Hydra, and Steve Rogers, who's the new one who's shown up.
Steve Rogers seems to be in some kind of dreamscape where he comes in. With rumors. Theories are that he's trapped in his essence is trapped in the cosmic cube of who Steve Rogers is, because other people that have shown up there have also been affected by cosmic cube before they either disappeared or have died, such as like Bucky and War Machine, and then most recently in this issue, Red Skull. Yeah. So the theory is that they're all in their essences are in the cosmic cube.
In pieces of. Because the cosmic cube's broken up and
shattered.
A bunch of people have different pieces of it and are, I don't know.
That's not the greatest reveal, though. The greatest reveal is coming up.
Yeah, and I'll hit that last because the other thing I wanted to point out is that apparently nothing other than these reveals, nothing really happens in this issue. It's very takes a step back from last one was like, it's been exciting and all
going
kinds
pretty
of
hard.
big
And they hit issue
reveals.
5 and it's kind of like, here's some surprises, and they're big surprises, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, it's not a lot to drive the plot forward. A lot of like, here's a chance to breathe and just here take in a couple of surprise.
It's like a build up for what's coming.
Yeah, I guess. So the last page, I guess it is, our last sequence in the comic reveals that Bruce Banner is apparently alive.
The Hulk.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Well,
right now he's Bruce Banner.
He's planning on using him as a weapon, so
so
I'm going to assume. Not going to throw Bruce Banner at him.
Well, it might make him take a step back and go, "Oh, wait, what the heck's going on here?"
So Bruce Banner's not dead; he's alive, apparently,
and under the control of Captain America.
Under the control of Captain
Hydra,
Captain
whatever
Hydra.
you want to call him.
Yeah. So we'll see where that goes, but the Hulk's coming back, folks.
Yeah. All right, and we got a Wolverine Hulk coming out too soon. I don't know what that's a different storyline, and I'm not. Yeah. How those are differentiated, related, I have no idea.
Why, if you're the Hulk, why do you need claws?
Yeah.
I mean, you can punch through. I mean, that really? I mean, you're gonna get hit by the Hulk. Like, oh no, he's got claws on him too.
Yeah, I mean, but this is the Amadeus Cho Hulk, who is apparently nowhere near as powerful as the Bruce Banner.
True.
Hulk. So,
good point.
His regeneration isn't up to par of the real Hulk.
And he doesn't get stronger, angry he gets.
Right. Yeah. So he needs some reinforcement, I guess.
Yeah.
But there you go. That's comics for the time being.
Yep. Those are our nerd news stories for the week. Thanks for watching. For the 100 or so new followers, welcome to the channel. Hope you like it. We do news shows every Friday. Every other Monday, we throw out a podcast, or we film our podcast and put that up there. Every Thursday, Doug tries to put out a Star Wars, although you miss one this week.
There's some technical problems. I'm going to miss a week as I try and figure out what's going on with my recording software.
Yeah, and then
Tuesdays
are Ruby Reacts. We're reacting to. We're going through the whole series. The whole first season.
Yeah, we got season 1 recorded, so those will come out in chunks, and we don't stop at the end of episodes to discuss them because we filmed them all at once.
Yeah,
once
season 2 will be a little bit different.
We'll do only an episode.
And right now it's killing us because we filmed all season 1. Now we're waiting, just chomping at the bit to get to season 2.
Yeah. So.
But anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment. Tell us what you think. We're getting a lot of new comments in there.
Yeah.
Keeping us busy and on our toes. So we'll see you next week.
Thank you.